they certainly want to walk away with a dub to begin with.
Let's see how Embassy control, Embassy hardpoint, control's on the mind when it comes down to Rokkr, it has to be said. We'll get there again in map number 3, of course, but here we go into the hardpoint. And Embassy is one of those ones, it's a little bit more crazy, not quite as structured as some of the other maps when it does come down to hardpoint. It is, of course, going to be Toronto Ultra starting on the better side. Of course, Rokkr can pick up some decent time on P1. That's one thing I want to say was a bit of a standout for me yesterday when we were watching Embassy. We were kind of presuming that P1 is going to be a little bit mixy, but I remember map number 1, there's some good points being picked up from Boston here over towards P1. Let's see if that can be repeated on the side of the Minnesota Rokkr.
They're just holding off here, just trying to make sure this stays as clear as possible. Standing way, trying to get a few points, but those spawns have flipped around.
Yep.
You can see at the moment Rokkr are trying to set up ready for P2. Pressure coming in though from Ultra. They aren't really giving you as much space as they would like. Insight desperately trying to just peek through. Not able to see anyone quite yet here, and Attach has the better position.
Yeah, Attach well played there. Cammy will now push forward as well. Insight not going to be able to gunfight. It's a really nice rotation coming out of the side of Minnesota Rokkr. Good luck, yeah. You can see the kitchen spawn coming in for Ultra, so they're not too far away, but you're running into ARs. And look at the overextension coming in from Bance as well. I absolutely love that. The cross is then being held. Perfect setup from the side of Rokkr. Cammy lines them up. Very well played. Great rotation. Fantastic setup.
Yeah, this is a kind of a remake here for Ultra. Do they try and get a little bit of pressure on? Can they find the gap before just giving it up and going for the rotation? At the moment, Cammy looking, and they just cannot shut him down. Eventually will fall. And that's actually a huge job coming in from Ultra just to shut them off of this hill for a second.
It shuts them up, but then it also gives the spawns for Ultra heading over towards News. 20 seconds still left to play for, though. As Ultra will get themselves in. Rokkr, sorry, with the spawns over towards New. Insight trying his best to slow that one down, but spawns coming in over towards the Hedges side. That's not too bad of a spot for Insight to be in. He can cut it off there, and that's exactly why Rokkr have went for him and not worried about too much of AC control. Keeping control of top office is so crucial for this point, as it helps you in the rotation over towards the next hill, and you can overwatch, if you like, towards this hill, this AC hill now. Looks like it's in the control of Rokkr, but Ultra ready and waiting here.
Well, looks like they're taken down by a trophy system, but there is more problems. They've just never had the bodies, and Attach is trying to hold it against Ultra. They just had too many players reinforcing at one time, and it will slip over to them now as they push further into the league. Afro's going to get 2, but it's still a nightmare to attack up here. He knows there's going to be players waiting for him, but as the nades run in, Kleenex is trying to hold the stairs himself, and Scrap comes in to reinforce him, and Ultra hold on to this.
They've done a good job. Trophy system's just so crucial. We'll see a lot of the time that it can end on that hill if it's a close game. And trophy systems will be down in force. But now, rotation. Heading over towards P4. Insight trying to work the angles down the right-hand side. The spawns a little bit funky when it does come down to this hill. Team's still trying to figure things out completely. You can see it's already a nice little setup for the side of Rokkr. Can they manage to lock this one down now? This is a jumper that we will see constantly. Kleenex now heading himself up top. It's a couple of different angles of attack. It's a big gunfight to win as well.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of teams going through the top here. It's basically the way they all like to break this hill. Please trying to do the work up top, but Cammy keeps being a thorn in the side of Ultra. That just sounds weird to say, but now trying to get around the back. You can see stacking coming in from Toronto. You're going to try and hit this as one with 35 seconds left on the clock, but Attach has shut down the back push completely. Ultra do not have the bodies to make this happen.
Attach does shut it down, and the thing is for Ultra that it's one of those breaks where you push towards the back, you are then going to start spawning Rokkr further towards New, which is coming up in 20 seconds. So the fact they've lost those gunfights, not the end of the world. You chalk it up, you head over towards Laundry. And now let's see what kind of setup's going to come on through for the side of Toronto Ultra. But nice from the Rokkr, a little bit of a lead. And I'm not joking, I think I've maybe mixed the team names up 5 or 6 times already. It does come down to the players on these rosters. It's going to take a while, Brycey. It will take a while.
Well, this is where you can get time back. When you're on the rotation, when you have it locked in, it's always going to be a hard break. Every single time we go into a hardpoint rotation, it is difficult. Afro maybe the first one through the door, looking for players, hasn't seen anyone yet. Got to check his corners, got to check. There's already been a leg shown from Stanley. Players coming through, Trophy's going in for it. Tries to look 2 different directions, it's not going to happen. Bachelor goes to the flank, finds a player, but is equal to it. Inside takes him down, and there is nothing for Rokkr there.
There's a combined 7 streak coming in from the side of Toronto Ultra now. Looking in some really good sign. A couple of kills now starting to come through for Rokkr, though, as they try to break through Orange. That's got to be the place that you're trying to make things happen. Hit somebody front Laundry at the same time, and you can maybe break on through, but Kleenex play the corners, make it 1, 2, 3 for Kleenex. My goodness me. 3 different directions, 3 different players, all very much dead. Rokkr do find a way into the hill, but that's some good time on the board for the side of Ultra. It's about a 20-point lead. It's a hell of a game so far.
It is very much back and forth. So that rotation pops in again. Who will get ahead this time? At the moment, Ultra leading by 21 points as they fight over P1, trying to keep it neutral at the moment before control can be established.
Top bathroom, essential control for Standy on the Ultra side if they want to keep the points to a minimum for the side of Rokkr here over towards P1. But you look at the minimap in your bottom left corner, we are all over the place here. Nobody in any sort of simulant of control at the moment. It looks that way that Rokkr are going to get the spawns heading over towards P2, and it helps that you find 4 dead. Standy though, a little bit of a spawn over towards Hedges. They push maybe a little bit too far towards the kitchen side, and ultimately that is why Toronto Ultra start spawning over towards P2. That is in their control in 30 seconds.
Bats backpedaling there to try and stay alive. We're in a good position for this as well, but Scrap and Cammy coming against each other, and Scrap will have that
Shots.
easy too. That top cover disappeared, but they are ready for this push here. Inside, just trying to make sure he holds his angle. He knows where the players are going to be. He knows he needs to win this gunfight, but Afro guns him down again, and it's still slugging match going on at P2.
Afro fighting 2 towards that side. Fantastically well done, but then Ultra just break them back as well. All of a sudden, it's only Cammy left, Brycey.
It certainly is. Well, let's find out how these two teams are dealing with playing with each other. This is a Minnesota Rokkr listening.
Oh yeah, one time, in time.
B2 on time.
B2 hurt. B2 on time. B2 on time.
B2, that's
Go. Make sure we get near.
I'm playing play scrubber, you okay?
Yeah, okay.
Lay deep you.
I'm stunned. One is, I'm not sure where I died from. Top
right window.
office system. Yeah.
Close the ground.
One's on
Top
left.
palm, one pretty sign, and top palm.
Got one left, one
Okay.
Top palm,
Yeah.
office. Remember, we can just stack.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Already on me, Yeah, I'm being push.
Zig right now.
Yeah, close. One more. Line down. Nice.
Listen, we're gonna flip.
Okay. I'm turning.
Alright, listen, I'll go hold Zig,
You
yeah?
probably spawn God. You can get time, Toby. It's
Yeah, I can.
Top of me, Dad.
Nice, we'll flip.
Look it over a bit.
I'm too short to you.
Yeah. Nice. You have
Go
to
Zig.
funnel through Zig.
Yeah, I've got Zig.
I've all left.
hold it.
I've all left. I want you on middle left. He's going in laundry. Even laundry.
Wait, give me a touch.
Yeah, top on me, Scrap. There's two on the bridge, two on the bridge.
Good.
Nice, bud.
Anytime. What do you do?
2 on time.
That's
Nice.
One time.
Toby gone.
Yeah, Zig, clean
Zig on time.
Well, it's a big rotation from Ultra and lots of small talk going on, but they have broken. Toronto have forced their way into AC. And it was a great break from in the end there, Tan. A beautiful bait and switch.
Yeah, really well played. Pushing through top AC. It is going to be Rokkr to get it back, but then the rotation then becomes a little bit up in the air. Fights going on towards back embassy. Afro, what can he do? Trying to find some kills, not going to happen. It's looking like Ultra are going to have control of the next hill as well, and it's a decent chunk of a lead for them. It can flip very quickly, though, when it does come down to it. Ultra definitely in the ascendancy when it does come down to those kills. And the man that we talked about at the top is shows Scrap. Right at the tippity top. Ultra now in control, but look at this pressure from Rokkr. It's coming in from up top and down low.
They've got to find some kills, and Scrap isn't giving them any of them. 5 straight for himself as now. Inside takes down another one. And maybe Rokkr are starting to feel the pressure. They cannot get near this hill. And that's the issue with rotations. You have to be there first. Is there any sliver of hope here for Minnesota?
Oh my god, that's 6.
And Scrappy. Well, he's shutting it down in every single way. I'm trying to figure out if that tick is just about off, I think. But, I mean, he's 27 and 18.
Here we go. Rokkr. Oh, they will manage to get a touch there, so I don't think that Ultra can win here. So this game becomes then somewhat a little bit doable because you have to push. You give the spawns to Ultra towards New, and Kleenex is already ready and waiting into mid alley. There's another 2. We've seen what he did on this hill last time. It's 10 seconds away from Ultra for finding the lead here, Bryce.
They're going to hit it in force. Rokkr have bodies, but do they have the gun? Already finds one. Afro jumps in, but it's gunned down. It's now just going to be standing left. He sees Cammy, but Cammy guns him out as well. And Rokkr break in with not a second to spare. And Scrap's coming straight in for this one. He's not even worrying. His teammates are going to come in just a second, but already the kills are going against him. Attach, a man on a mission, and a man who gets gunned. Toronto finds 2, though. They're still alive. The Kleenex finds 1, and that's all they need. Toronto Ultra shut it down in the end. down 2-0 against this team. They need an uptick, and obviously we know the confidence on Ultra is at an all-time high.
Apologies, it was a Rokkr who played at Embassy Search and Destroy yesterday, not Fortress. We've seen Fortress a couple of times there. The price, honestly, I was just kind of twisted all day yesterday. Here we are, though. Clean next to head over towards B. Stanley ready and waiting 1-2. Oh my goodness, they dropped so fast. Stanley's there for the trade, but nonetheless, it looks like Rokkr are ready and waiting here. But inside, big gunfight win, 2v2.
Backing up for this one. Afro and Bance. Around the back for the first kill, and Bance catches insight. Cod timing there for it, but it is standing in a 1 versus 2. Bomb is not down. Just trying to figure out exactly where they're coming from. Afro and Bance playing this very, very patiently. Neither side willing to even blink.
And this is the thing. Standy's got to be the one to plant the bomb. He's the one that has to do something, and then all of a sudden, it's going to be like fish in a barrel. It's a very small room. 4 different exits, though. 50-50 chance of getting out the right way, and not going to happen this time. He's going to choose to stay tight here, Bryce.
Standy by name. Lay by nature. Here comes Bance, and he's going to get that first kill. Is it a huge kill for him? But no! Afro is there for the trade. Teamwork pays out in the end. Afro? Oh, just running out his dead silence, I think. But no, they managed to get that one done there in the end. And the timing was just good enough. They made sure they hit those doors at the same time. You can't shoot 2 directions in COD.
Yeah. Always the advantageous situation there for this side of Rokkr. And they've just played that one well. There's no need for them to go into challenge. They know Standy is in there. They know 2 players were in and around kitchen. There is no point in making that push because, I mean, look, you already know the amount of advantageous positions that Standy could be ready and waiting, but he can't watch 2 directions at once. Afro coming in and cleaning up the kill. Standy, I was quite surprised to see him sit inside, but in the end, doesn't work out. Nonetheless, I like the aggression coming out from the side of Toronto Ultra. Doesn't pay off this time, though.
Very aggressive already. Afro's running straight out, but it will be first blood, and there are players diving out of this one. Gleg's trying to stay alive. Cammy's going to go for the chow. He finds the first. He knows the second tier as well. Eventually going to try and reposition, but he reloads at the wrong time, and he gets cleaned up. And now Afro, let alone in a 1 versus 3. Aggressive start has not paid out for Rokkr. And now he's pretty much left with very little hope.
With the side of Rokkr there. It's a hit towards A, try and get bedroom control, but if you lose mid, you lose couches and lose your gunfights there. Never going to work out. So Afro now. Trying to prevent the first round of Search and Destroy that Rokkr have lost all season with a 1 versus 3. You can see already, Ultra, they're so spread out, they're not really willing to give him an inch of the map, but they have given up A still. They're happy to go for a retake if they need to. Afro searching around. 25 seconds to go. Now you can see Ultra starting to make their moves.
One gun through, and he's not even going to win that first gunfight. Scrapped is all right. I'm ready. I'm waiting for it. Didn't commit the dead silence, so at least Afro will have that for the next round.
Just peeking around. Checks the bomb. Gets the shots. Headshot multiply working out nicely for Scrappy there. I'll play from the side of Ultra, though. Just slow and steady. None of this getting too aggressive or getting overzealous. It's very well played. Make the pushes where they need to. The aggression from Rokkr, though, is really what sets them up to fail in the initial. You need to win those couple of gunfights. But as I said, it just felt like a little bit too easy for the Rokkr boys to be picked off in mid-map. Now Scrap heading over towards it. Ultra attacking.
Has to back off a little bit. Vance gets that first blood on the Kleenex. And Sandy and Attach about to come against each other, but this time it will be Attach who wins it. A 2 versus 4. Scrap trying to see if he can find anything there. Eventually gets out of it. And Vance takes out the inside. Scrap for a 1 versus 4 potentially on the cards. But it is not the easiest to do, Ton.
No. Popping his dead silence for it. And it's a constant fight over couches and mid that is really dictating which way these rounds are going. Cammy will spot him, though, and it's a very, very clean round for the side of Rokkr. First couple of gunfights go their way over towards the B side. And then again, it's that mid control. You can stick a twist over towards either A or B if you need to. And ultimately, both attacking teams, when they are making that push over towards B, you need that bedroom control. I think if Tatch doesn't win that gunfight, we've got a very, very different round there. Yeah, gunfight to win finds it, and then ultimately the round.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, especially with how this game works out. As soon as you have numerical disadvantage, there's a lot of corners to check, so it makes trading very, very difficult. So if you're already at a number disadvantage, it means that you probably aren't going to be able to turn that around very easily unless you get very, very lucky.
Oh, here we go. Oh, that stun check as well. And Ultra just shoots to back down. I like that. Standy with the angle as well. Shots have gone in. They've got plenty of info here. But looking at Rokkr, that's not where the bomb is going. So is this a bit of a bait from the Minnesota side?
Well, could start making a lot of noise here, Afro. Trying to see if he can get anybody away from it, but there is going to be a kill go down. And it has been traded back down to a 3 versus 3. It was Bands who got first blood, but fortunately a teammate was there to clean it up for Ultra. Keep an eye on Scrap. He's been just ridiculous here at top bedroom before.
Keep an eye on
Bomb's
Afro
going
as
down.
well.
He's going to snap as soon as this goes on. He's going to know.
Afro in the position in mid-map. He's the one catching the stragglers coming over from their bait over towards that side, but Scrap will find the first gunfight over here. Now a 2 versus 3. Oh, and inside finds Afro. That's absolutely massive. That was the potential ace in the hole for this side of Rokkr. My goodness, they are dead so fast.
Oh, nothing but a clinical retake there in the end.
Honestly, I thought that looked really nice for the side of Rokkr. I love the setup. You lose the first gunfight over towards the site, though, and still you've got Afro in a brilliant position to do something, and, well, he just gets caught napping, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, Rokkr were in a good couple of corners, and they were hoping to try and get at least a kill out of it, but
Well, that's it.
just found nothing. And if you don't find a kill, then obviously you don't win the round. Not a lot of finessing to be done.
Into the next round we go, though, and man, this Ultra team are looking very, very nice. No surprise, though. I said seeing Insight and Standy on the same team, that there's some S&D pedigree for you right there. 2-2, though. Very close game, but a couple of situations that you wouldn't have expected to go Ultra's way have done. Back to it. Another hit over towards A. First gunfight is going to go the way of Ultra, though, and Pants goes down.
Being very, very cautious here. Afro wants somebody to just give him an opportunity. As both players and both teams take a bit of a break from the action. Oh, he's in a little bit of trouble and he's going to get cleaned up. Tatch goes down as well. Huge numerical advantage now to Toronto. They're going for this one. Afro may be able to do something. I don't know if he's going to have the angle there. He won't see it that side. He might catch Kleenex on the out. No, he's going to catch him before he plants. Down to a 2 versus 3. Bomb down onto A side. Cami gets another one. Rokkr have flipped this around. Scrap's going to go for him. Inside takes down Cami. Afro now for a 1 versus 2.
Oh, he's going to check it as well. There's another one from Afro. A 1 versus 2 into a 1 versus 1. And it is the clutch master himself when it comes down to it. An Insight. Dead silence pop. This is doable. 20 seconds. Got to move.
All the way around. Does not have bomb. Afro knows it's been there twice now. Will he figure this one out? He's got to surely check bottom. He's going to jump it. Afro's going to come against him, and he's going it inside. Oh, he knew. He had to check that corner. Comes flying in. And Afro lying down is good, but sometimes you just can't swing the gun fast enough.
Oh, and he stood up at just the wrong time. Oh, my God. Oh, it's those sort of kind of things you don't get to see from the third person, but oh my goodness, that has got to be tough. I think if he lies down, he probably wins that gunfight, as he doesn't catch the first couple of bullets there. Just when it comes down to the centering coming around the corner. I mean, Insight would have hit the bullets eventually, but that gunfight could have been very different. It was just a second, maybe even a millisecond more patient. Rokkr now heading over towards A. It's been fast and frantic over towards this side. First bloods have been influential. 3 in that round from Insight. Rokkr now over towards their side.
That's going to go for it. Stanley is the player here. He's going to try and catch him on the out. Already a player through, though. Bands backs off. And Stanley has seen nothing. Afro versus Scrap, but it will be Afro this time around. First blood. Second blood as well, going in for Minnesota. Afro just trying to stay his life here, but Stanley managed to get one back, but they are on the back foot here, Toronto.
Afro is once again the problem inside the bedroom. They need to get rid of him. Oh, my goodness. Insight. Mixing it 2 versus 2 now. Good shots coming in over towards Attach. Gotta get out. Gotta get out. Coming towards the back as well. This is doable.
It is not a lot of time here.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Rokkr will switch lives for time. That's what they're going for. Standy. Standy for 2.
Did he get on it? Did he get on it?
I think he did. I don't know. Oh, the time! It's just enough. Stanley gets 2, but nobody defusing. And that's what they did. They traded lives for time. It works out for Rokkr.
Oh, that's close. That's gotta be close. And it's one of those situations, though, that Standy goes for the chance, but they don't know where the second player is, so we can always sort of say to ourselves, well, why is Insight on the bomb? But one of you has got to get on the bomb. He just doesn't get on it quick enough. He does the hard work. But Insight not on the bomb in quick enough time. They left it really until the final few seconds and left it just a little bit too late. 3-3. What a game of Search this has been.
It has. Both of these two teams really pulling out all of the stops. A little bit different here now. You can see Ultra trying to make a move and almost gets caught, and Scrap tries to get Bance, but Bance is just running. Shows him a clean pair of heels, but Cammy gets that first blood.
Oh, they know where he is.
Goes to the trade here, says, hey, quick now, eventually Bance. And it comes down to a 2 versus 2 as trades continue to ricochet over that kill feed.
Cammy does really, really well to find 2 there. As soon as Scrap pushes in the kitchen, they know he's in pantry, so they can just collapse. They collapse, but he finds one before he goes down. 2 in the round for him to make it a 2 versus 2. And that saved Rokkr their blushes on this round, at least. And Touch just taking his time towards the back. No need, again, like the sort of situation we've seen in round number 1, where Ultra didn't need to make their move. Rokkr don't this time. But if I'm Afro, am I hearing that? Yes, I am. Information gained. Now watching the cross, 30 seconds to go. Still a lot to do here for the side of Ultra, and Afro's making the play.
Dead silence. He wants to check the bomb. He wants to see if he can see, and he does. He catches him as well. It comes down to a 1 versus 1, and I think Afro is just backing off just in case. It will be Scrap who has to make this move. Afro hasn't seen him. Will he check the bomb at 7.5, or is he going to wait it out until he gets planted? I think he's waiting it out. He is. Doesn't know where he's gone. Sees him eventually. Afro knows where Scrap is. Scrap does not know, but Scrap gets the first bullets on. He's already ahead. Trying to get away from this. Stun's going down as well. It's a 1v1. They're still dipping, dodging.
It's a great grenade.
Weaving. And who's going to win this gunfight? Scrap keeps dancing around Afro. Who wins the gunfight in the end? One of the most stressful 1v1s you've seen so far. What was that?
Wonderful, wonderful play from both of them, but Afro just gets that angle. And it was honestly, you know, Scrap does well to get the bomb down. I mean, it's all he can do. Afro playing patiently, but Afro's the one that's made the play. Back and forth we go. Oh, the fact that Scrap's got a Vaznev there. I think if it's an M4 versus an M4, it's a fair fight. But the fact that he has the Vaznev, Afro always in that advantageous position there. 4-3 Rokkr. What a game this has been. Keep this one up.
Let's just play this to 25 or something. Don't worry about the rest of the series. Let's just keep going. At the moment, though, you can see it looked like a potential push coming in from Rokkr. They've backed off. It will be Ultra with complete control.
Maybe some sound cues that Rokkr just got there to sort of say, yeah, maybe not. Let's not try this one. Peek at the door is there. The Afro says, yeah, well, let's try my luck. A couple of shots coming on through. But now for the side of Rokkr, because you've taken your time, Ultra with complete map control. Scrap will find a kill from top bedroom. So presumed rotation over towards that A side is maybe what Ultra are thinking of here. But happy they just sit tight here, Brycey.
Yeah, that's the problem. You are right. So much of this map control has been ceded. Rokkr don't really know where to go, and it's that issue of there could be anybody in any corner. I won't get the good trade. Bomb now goes down into mid, and Afro gets a long-range transfer. Almost gets the second, but it's not enough. He could have done with that with 28 seconds left to go. Horrible position here if you're Rokkr, but he dives straight out of it. Afro does not care. Now he's going to go for the bomb as well. Picks it up. Can he get out of it before he gets caught? No, the player eventually finds him. 17 seconds. Cammy's alone.
I love that play from Kleenex. Knows to just overextend, put himself in a position that you just won't expect. Cammy not going to find a Kleenex or 2 towards the end. Very, very well played from both teams. Afro with the ultimate aggression. Something we've just come to expect from him. And Cammy, it's always a difficult position. Kleenex ready and waiting, knows where the bomb is, plays his life around it. It's another round over towards the side of Ultra. Again, it's just been a fantastic search and destroy. It's coming down to finite moments between these two teams. But this one is really needed for the side of Rokkr. 4-4. You know what it stinks of. It stinks of around 11. I can smell it from here.
Trade's coming in both sides. That is a huge dive across the room.
Afro challenge.
Scrap tries to get the trade. Afro gets the first one on. They're caught out a little bit. That was very aggressive from them. Afro wants to back off here.
It's the info in from attached to top bedroom. As soon as they all paid attention over that side, Afro says thank you very much, finds one, and there's insight as well. 10 and 5 from him. It's a 4v2 now for the side of Ultra. Scrap will find one though, making this one a little bit doable, and Scrap in it. Interesting position as well. Kleenex a little bit more passive.
Scrap is looking to just take any gunfight he can. Cammy gets one back though. Scrap in a 1 versus 3. Finds attached down to a 1 versus 2. He's still hunting. He's still looking for these players, but Afro is ready with a pre-aim. And Afro has been putting in a shift. Has not taken a single step back in this S&D. Keeps being the difference.
I think that's 3 kills in the round there from Afro. Opens it up with first blood, as said, attached up top. Kind of just draws Ultra in, if you like. And Afro, down from bottom lights, pops the door up and finds an easy kill, sits back, expects the angle to come, finds insight, and then the final kill with the trade onto Scrap. It's a big ground from him. Minnesota now. Map points. It's Toronto Ultra on the defense. This one's been so back and forth, though. That's a big stun.
Already been stunned.
That's a lot of info for the side of Rokkr here.
Cammy first blood. Looks for the second on the standing and gets it. 2 versus 4 now for Ultra to try and hold on in this S&D.
Scrap is in an interesting position here. I'm just curious at how patient he could potentially be here. Are they going to expect it? Shots into top bedroom, will find one. Can the trade come on through? Bunce with plenty of shots taken, but fires some back. It's a 1 versus 3 for Insight.
Insight, we haven't seen him close this year yet, but he finds the first, is not going to find the second. Not able to finish his dinner on that first kill, and that
obviously haven't seen Ultra on this map whatsoever, so let's see how this one does play out. But Scrap with a great start to his proper CDL career. We can count the game last season, of course, but this is his fully fledged first team starter game, and having a hell of a time so far.
Oh, at the moment, Bance is going to open up proceedings. Afro going to come through the door, and Kleenex is already waiting for him. Oh my goodness, somehow Afro stayed alive and got away. Surely Kleenex is eventually going to catch him. He's still running around. Afro! Just dancing around the map at the moment. Toronto's starting to get progress over towards A, though.
He's going to have to do something about this one player that is on the point, but attached is there to back things up. Of course, A is the one you try and get a hold of first if you are on this attacking side. Tick's already enough for the side of Ultra. Spawn's coming in very, very close as well. Afro trying to do his best to find a couple where he can. Kleenex will, of course, tidy that one up, and moving over towards A now, coming on through. You can see the spawns over towards field side. Has to be said, though, Rokkr controlling this relatively well so far. Bad staying alive here as well over towards the top side. Not a bad spot to be in.
Has been stun checked, though. They're going to know he's here, so he backs up. And just trying to stay alive and basically cause as many issues for Ultra as they can. They know A is slowly going away. Plays on it. Cammy gets one more kill, and the rest of them are going to start swinging in. Rokkr are actually giving this up. They're going to play for lives on the out, then.
Yep, well, that's fine. Happy to give this one. Of course, we know that B is the more difficult, and it's a 2v2 even trade. As we head out into the next foray over towards B. A minute and a half to go now. The side of Rokkr to defend. Ultra with some decent control here. Making sure not to let anybody push up towards green, making your life a little bit more difficult. You've got to worry about players flanking in behind. If anything, you're in the position that's going to cause issues over towards the top kitchen side. Insight will eventually fall, but has that allowed Ultra to infiltrate where they need to? Kleenex in a good position. Here we go.
Flying, looks for attach as well, not able to get it. The M4 will win that one. Give it that minimap. Afro's in a really good position, but he's going to get gunned down before he can make his way further up. Ultra are going to try and stack this now and force their way back up this map. They don't really have the control to go rushing in. 48 seconds left. They're going to split around. They're going to look for this first kill before they make a move.
Yeah, they don't have to rush anything here. They'll have this and another little dig at it. Stanley will find one on his Cammy though, and does that maybe just start the cogs are turning on the side of Toronto Ultra. Insight now. Locker's control potentially on the cards, but going to head up top just to give a little bit of cover. Because they were getting on 2B to just stop this timer.
Eventually going to get through it as well, but Bans gets worse kill. Capture's going down. Cammy's another one. Insight just going to trade back, and it's a long-range gunfight. Only Insight is going to be left alive here. 15 seconds left to go. He needs to stay alive. The rest of his team will reinforce me if he can, but down they go, and it may now be a step too far for Ultra.
No, it takes over towards B, so a win for the side of Rokkr there. And we'll happily take that one. The kills flying in their way as well. Good run for Rokkr. Good defensive work. Always just have somebody in there and winning crucial gunfights at the right time.
And that's what makes it so difficult. You thought with 48 seconds left to go and 4 players up, if they could just find a couple of kills, but as soon as you don't, you essentially have to start playing your life and try to figure out if you can get the other team maybe go for respawn. It is a difficult prospect at all times. But a defense down, it now flips over to Ultra to have their chance to bring it back to 1-1.
Attacking right now for the side of Rokkr. Also just setting up across the map here. We can see just a little bit of control, expecting some aggression outside of Ultra, and you're going to get it. Bit of bad time for Bans and Afro. Snarly jumps around and finds the easiest 2-piece of his life, but Cammy will enter back, but a little bit of pressure now coming in from Ultra. Rokkr going to have to slowly and methodically fight their way out of this one.
Going to be looking for any kills he can find, checking every single nook and crevice. Bans finds one, but they're still just trading around the middle of this map. Rokkr look a little bit unsure. They don't know where these players are.
Yeah, it feels...
Where they are, though.
Well, yeah. It feels like Ultra are really playing this quite smart. They're just putting players in positions that you wouldn't necessarily expect. Scrap will find 3 dead silence to pop from Cammy. He's going to be dead as well. Really solid defensive hold so far from Ultra. And only 30 seconds remaining here for Rokkr, and they need to at least get 3 ticks. And whether that be over towards A or B, doesn't really matter. Just to keep things even, you want a hold of that defense if you possibly can around number 5. Touch. Now starting to make the move here. Cammy will help him out. The kill onto Insight. Potential opportunity here over towards A for the side of Rokkr.
Get straight into it as well, but they look for Attach! Finds 2, and that could be an issue for him. Next has 2 as well. Attach still going to be under pressure. He knows players are all around him. He exposes himself a little bit too much. And he's going to go down. Insight finds him. Reinforcements flooding in from Rokkr. They need to find something here. Afro jumps straight in where he knows he is. Bounces across Insight's screen.
Oh, big gunfight. Attach wins one off the respawn to stop the player flanking around, so no pinch is going to be developed here. Afro's going to catch Scrap as well with the aggression. And try and get it from the jaws of defeat here if you're Rokkr. You managed to find a couple of gunfights, managed to find something over towards A. Afro goes with the challenge. Cammy's there as well. 10 seconds to go. They've cleared them off, though. His Insight will find 2. 7 seconds. It's a foot race. And I don't know if Rokkr have got it in them.
Ultra just won every single gunfight they needed to there at the end. Insight just posted up, ready to gun. And they shut them down. Just 2 ticks there in the end for Rokkr. Ultra just looked better at it in the end. They had more control. Rokkr looked a little bit lost towards the first beginning of that. They just couldn't find where the engagements were going on.
Yeah, Ultra just played that smart game. There's so many different positions that you can sit in on this map. Just make awkward little angles. Sit in positions you know players have to pass to head over towards those control points. I think with Scrappy, you found 3. Completely shut down an aggressive Rokkr attack over towards the A side all on his own. Does make a difference. Insight sitting 11 and 6 though. He finds those crucial kills towards the end of the round. Now Rokkr's turn to defend, but has to be said, that is a tick advantage over towards the side. Let's run Ultra now. Cammy will find 2 to open things up though. Standy answers back in kind with the kill on the bats.
Just a little bit of a shoulder there for Cammy. I'm going to find it. Insight is trying to shoot 6 different directions at once. It is going to work out for him at the moment. Ultra. That's actually a big nade from Scrap because it opens this up just a little bit. They're trying to get some map control coming back for it. Attach and Scrap will probably see each other in the next few seconds when Scrap makes a move. I don't think he saw him. I don't think he did. Scrap is going to be behind Attach here. It doesn't matter. He actually gets taken down anyway. And now he's on Overwatch.
Great position for him to be in.
Kills means that Ultra can get in.
Yep, Ultra now need to know that they just need to clean up from the inside. Pushing from kitchens or lockers is pretty much where it's going to come from. And Kleenex in a prime position here. What's the move now for Rokkr apart from just getting wiped out? It's a really good setup, but it's coming from behind. Finds 2 and breaks that setup wide open. All of a sudden, Scrap and Standy have got some work to do just to get back inside of it. 30 seconds left to go here. Only 1 tick over towards the A site.
try and get a bit of a flank going here, but I think they're going to know. Gonna find Stanley, but not enough to actually put him down, and down he goes to Insight. It's so many bodies here for Ultra that A is definitely gone. And now over to B again. Couldn't get it last time around. Ultra will be trying to make the difference now, but look at the bodies pile through. Attach is coming under pressure, but they both end up just jumping into each other. And only Kleenex is going to be left alive by B.
Have they found him though? Kleenex around the back. He's going to be the potential. Oh, it's Cammy going to win the gunfight. Insight will trade it, but not from a position where they can do much about it. And I love this pressure coming in from Rokkr. Happy for the push to come over towards B. If you can just hold down up top. Afro now in a good spot. Got a little bit of backup here as well, but Ultra have time to take their time. There's no need to unnecessarily, I should say, run into gunfights here. Afro getting a little bit overzealous. Ultra ready and waiting. Now they can push forward.
Just cleaning up the map a little bit, Ton. Kleenex with another kill onto Cammy. Attach may be the key player here. If he can pick up a couple of them, just relieve the pressure onto his teammates. Kleenex knows where Afro is going to be as well. Attaches up top. He finds the first one. Kleenex now has to look two different directions. He knows there's players coming behind him. Afro's going to take him down. Afro takes down a second. And Attach actually guns Afro in the end, but it is going to be a deflection. It's just enough from Attach to push this back.
Ultra trying to get some mid-map control. Standy, it's a big gunfight. Cammy falls. And all of a sudden, this is now doable for the side of Rokkr. One tick in here. The tick's very much in their side. Whatever happens here. Well, a little bit of purchase over towards B. And if you're Rokkr, this is now a hard push.
Well, there's that second tick. Here comes the third.
Gotta go.
Nades are going to rain in, but the trophies are already down. He's looking for it as well. Sandy's on 1 health point. They're jumping in as contested at the last second, but Scratch gets a 2-piece. And that's going to be it. They get the attacking round. And they are not happy. Rokkr thought they might be able to hold it, but Ultra now have a defense. They have the advantage in this game.
Wonderfully played in the end from Ultra. And honestly, I feel like Rokkr, and specifically going back to Afro pushing up top, maybe looking for kills a little bit too much there. You're in a situation where you're pushed far up the map. The players are starting to go past, and I think it's easy for us to maybe say this at times when we know where all the players are, but it was unnecessary for him to really start checking that. That was when things did start to mix around, but that is defense confirmed for the side of Ultra. No matter what happens here, even if Rokkr can find the round, they will be on the attacking side again once more.
They need to make this count first. The next is going to be a problem up top. They know he's going to look for those players at pallets. He's already seen Bance trying to go for the fight as well, and Bance isn't going to be able to get away. Well, let's move faster than feet. Physics lesson there for you, and Sandy's also going to catch Afro. Dead silence pop. It's going to cause more of an issue himself. And at the moment, Ultra haven't really found anything. Sorry, Rokkr haven't found anything.
It's a very easy mistake to make, man. I think we're going to do it all season. I don't think we'll be the only ones either.
Ooh, easy clean up for Kleenex.
Shots. I mean, some of these gunfights do not last a long time. Push over towards A, though. It's got to be the player here, or has it, for the side of Rokkr. It's a little bit of a bait as Afro finds another 2. Afro now finding a 3rd. That's 6 in a row. And then all of a sudden, you look at where Ultra are spawning, and it has to be something done from Standy just to ease that pressure. He's now dead, and also spawning in Narnia, but it's a big gunfight win from Insight. But is the damage already done over towards this B site?
Well, I think they're probably going to be able to stop it. There are just so many Ultra players about to hit this, but Attach finds 2. I say that Attach finds them all, and Vance much is pre-fire for this door. Doesn't matter. Scrap will take him down, but that is B point secured.
He's secured. I said defensive side is still going to go over towards the side of Toronto Ultra. Whatever happens here, may well be a Rokkr win on the attack. Bance now getting aggressive. Insight has and got a clue. Dead silence. Thank you very much. See you later. And Bance now in the Overwatch position.
This is going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult here for Ultra to do anything, but they find the first kill. Bance locked in, ready for it. Looking for these players who are going to play at the same time, and they can't do anything. Afro's alone. Bance eventually finds one, but it will be Afro who goes down. Cammy is not able to support his teammates. Eventually will find one of the pallets, but Attach hits him with a grenade. And it's now all reset for Minnesota. They have to try and start this again.
But it's a bit of a fight for mid-map control, a bit of a fight for control in general as Attach puts the bullets in Insight just enough, but not enough to kill him back from the other side of things. I think it's Scrappy trying to put them down. Cammy will find Kleenex. Afro will find Standy. It's feeling like a Rokkr round. My goodness, Afro. It doesn't matter what gun you put in his hands. And out for the side of Ultra, you're going to spawn absolutely miles away. That A-Tech is coming in.
A little bit maybe too aggressive there coming in from Afro, but Attached finds 2 again. And that tick is slowly but surely going through, and it has! We're going to a round 5. Ultra will have defense. They locked it in before with the ticks. But it has been back-to-back offense rounds. And I don't know who's walking away.
It's difficult, isn't it? Because if anything, you know, Ultra just looks so solid all the way through. Never looked like even threatening if you're Rokkr on the attacking round. And all of a sudden, when you need to get it done, you force the round number 5. Ultra, though, as said, will be on the more beneficial side on defensive. Or defense, as a normal person who speaks English would say.
Well, both teams have done it. They've both won the attacking rounds. But for Rokkr, you have to do it again. Find the player straight there, and Attach ends up winning that one. Saves Afro's life. 2 kills already going down. The catalyst for them last time was getting B early. It looks like they might be setting up for it again. Vance finds 1. He's down the bottom of the cliff, though. Kleenex gets the trade. Afro has just happen. Outrageous.
You can't let this happen again if you're the side of Ultra. Afro is an absolute reaper at the moment. Eventually they will clear them out towards B, so lightning doesn't strike twice. Now the push over towards A. A little bit more standard from the side of Rokkr. Kleenex ready and waiting, and some good map control standing. Kleenex inside, all combining well. That's the first time that I think we've seen 3 down from the side of Rokkr in quite some time. It always feels like the kill feed is going their way, but this is more like it now. Ultra in a really good spot. 34 seconds to go.
Yeah, welcome to the blender. Essentially, Minnesota have to make all of the moves here. They don't have the opportunity to sit back. A player has slipped the net. It will be Bance. I think they know. You can see on the minimap, the players keep looking behind them, but there's just no time.
I'm wondering if he's just going to jump onto A to make them have to turn around, but Afro will get things moving as Attach will find a second. It's the push over towards A that's now going to start coming in, but this has to be perfect from the side of Rokkr.
That's just staying alive. Needs reinforcements. 11.9 seconds. They really won't get another chance of this, but Attach is on Overwatch. Those players want to come to the door. They want to chow this. The second tick is coming in. Reinforcements for Ultra are here as well.
But if you're Ultra, you don't want to overcommit to this. It's just A. It doesn't really count towards losing the round. Let's just stay alive and kicking. Keep map control. That's why they're not overcommitting. They're going to give it up. After Attach will find some kills. But all in that, Toronto Ultra now pushed over towards green. A little bit more control over B. I said, I kind of agree with the play. You didn't see them moving too much. They didn't want to overcommit to trying to take that back.
Yeah, I think it was Attach up top. They were just like, yeah, we're not really going to get away with this. But here's the difficult one. Can they find a way into B? Afro has been incredible so far. They need him once again, and down he goes. 49 seconds left on the clock. Minnesota don't have a lot of options.
Insight's the big player here for the side of Ultra. Sitting up top green, he will slow things down. And Scrap trying to find Attach will help. That's a good gunfight to win. Rokkr just playing this very awkwardly, but they need to do it a lot quicker. 25 seconds remaining, Bryce.
They're waiting. They're waiting for everything. Yeah, Afro gets a kill. Scrap gets one back.
That's huge.
It's a second.
Streak coming in.
The streak has come in and now getting onto it. They're going to stop that clock. Scrap's going to be here, though. Looking for the players. Down he goes to Cammy. Rokkr are in for the second stand. He's trying to stay alive as well. 2 players on it. The first two coming through, but he's going to hit this. He might be on the flank. I don't know if who's here. Attach does. It's still Rokkr. Rokkr is still in. Cammy gets a second. Kleenex trying to clean it up. Scrap actually gets 2 of them.
Scrap.
And he's stopped the clock. Scrap has held it down. But it's still slowly but surely going towards him. Attach will eventually gun him away. They're staying alive at the point. Cammy is fighting for his life for that second tick, hoping to stop the clock. Rokkr are fighting through. Cammy wins the gunfight. Attach gets another one. What is going on? 8 seconds left. A trophy out. Both teams are flying in towards us.
Gotta go.
The advantage, and they're in. They are in. They win the attack. What on earth have they just done? A clutch on both points in the control.
It's really about the side that you start on. You know, Nameless pointed it out. It is Rokkr on the more beneficial side here. Can they get the job done? There's now Toronto Ultra trying to lock things down as we head over towards P1. Attached and Co. Seeing if they can break out. Sorry, it is Ultra on the moment. You know what? Don't listen to me. Let's just see what happens, Pricey.
We're still playing for spawns here as well, and Van's going to be on top against CleanX, and that's his old SMG duo. And he's not going to win that fight. He's looking for him now. It's his Cammy as well. Says, all right, thank you very much. Playing very, very clean. There's the third one. Making this look casual. There's the fourth. Of course it is. CleanX, keep going. Don't worry about the M4 meta. Just keep running with the Vaznev. Eventually will go down. But it will be points over towards Ultra now, as off the back of that, they have the control. Eventually, Vance manages to get through, but incredible play from CleanX, and the rotation will be Ultras.
Heading over towards P2. They kept a hold of those spawns. That's exactly what they want. Cammy with a couple of gunfight wins, and that might actually open up things here. It's a big kill by Scrap. Bottom mark control slows down that push from Rokkr that was coming down the road side. And all of a sudden, we head over towards the gallows. Toronto Ultra. And a decent enough setup. Big win from Standy towards the back. You can see Minnesota Rokkr really forcing the issue to try and get the spawns back here. They're all being cut down, but Attached survives. Bans through the front door. Spawns coming in over towards Statue. And Ultra can start the funnel, or Rokkr are away.
I think that you can already see Afro looking to wrap round and maybe get spawns for next as well. They know it's a money hill if you lock it in. The next still be an issue for them. Guns down, Cammy and Bance again. It almost feels personal at this point. He's probably dead silence, but he's actually going to have to wait.
Afro, that's huge.
At that point.
That's huge. He's found two on the rotation here. To the side of Rokkr. Scrap trying to find a breakthrough. Not going to happen. Off the back of a very, very early rotation. I want to say it was at minimum 30 seconds left. Afro rotates round. Tight setup coming in here from Rokkr.
Inside from Cammy.
Very tight.
Holding this down. There's going to be some pressure coming through. They're going to know this. This is a very difficult break at the best of times. Already one coming through. Afro just guns him down. Says, all right, let's have a go as well, Scrap. There's too many trophies for them to make a difference with tacticals. And Afro is just holding it away. Then goes for the chow eventually. But they are going to lose that one out. Band's coming to reinforce in the end. And the pre-fight doesn't matter as the inside gets through. And this is all they want to do here. Ultra just want to keep that as neutral as possible and keep gunning it through. And they've done a fantastic job.
They've done a really good job. That's 30 seconds now left on that time, and it's kind of up in the air a little bit. Scrap is over there fighting over it. He will not win the gunfight, but that's some crucial time that was definitely going to go over towards Rokkr. I almost want to criticize Afro, but he's the one that sort of sets it up. That child out through the gate is one of those that I'm not too sure on, but this rotation over towards P4. We head over towards cannons. Coming now up top art, trying to stay alive. It's going to be a long rotation over for the side of Rokkr, and it's an ever so slender lead as we head over towards P4.
Where do Rokkr find this as Ultra definitely have this one locked through. CleanX again. Eventually will fall to Afro. They're trying to break this up top. Scrap, you can see him looking in every single direction. Where are these players coming from? Eventually finds Attach, who goes for the challenge, staying alive. Nades coming out as well. Scrap eventually will fall to Bans, but they win the trades of this one in the end. And Cammy comes bouncing past and managed to keep it neutral for just a second more.
Gallo spawns coming in for the side of Attach as well, and truly going to help Rokkr out here. It's Bans up top art as well. Pressure just starting to collapse on the side of Ultra. That setup was looking good, but as soon as they lose over towards open and close and over towards the Gallo side, that makes things so much more difficult. But now if you're the side of Ultra, you start to spawn out. That last little bit of time is going to go over towards Rokkr. It's going to be about a 10-point lead as we head over towards Blacksmith. It is going to be Ultra in the better position for this hill.
Well, this is kind of what happened last time around. Both teams were very evenly matched for the majority of the hard point. And eventually, Ultra Slaying led the way. It's like looking for the player. He hasn't seen Afro. The COD timing there is outrageous, by the way. And at the moment, Rokkr look like they have better control of this map.
Ultra are honestly in a pretty decent position. Started spawning over towards stables, etc., but then started pushing just that little bit further over towards P1. They start to get the spawn there. Ultra in a tough spot off, and Rokkr just managed to push across. So very, very well played. Attached. Oh, that's a gunfight. You're probably going to win, and you thought you probably did win.
I think a statue got in the way. I think that's what it was. The blacksmith statue ended up stopping enough bullets. But both teams seem content to let this go to neutral as they set up for next. Not only setting up for next, but setting up for P1 and P2. Will be Rokkr who will be in this point first, but this is all about map control.
Soaking up some good time there. The side of Rokkr and Zafro. Slow down a little bit now. As Attacks left all alone inside the truck, he will manage to start picking up some time. Need some support if he can get it, though. Keep an eye on Bance over towards the gates. He's just going to be cutting off any kind of reinforcement. And that's now the thing. So Bance starts to push through. They know that that's going to start coming through because the spawn that comes in from Ultra, they know exactly what's going on. Insight turns around, takes care of Bance, and it's close spawn that Rokkr now have to deal with. And deal with it they do.
Camilo coming under pressure. Doesn't have the reinforcements for it, and so he has to let that content sit. Look at this. They're going to try and pitch it as well. And Clears gets 2. Looks for the third cam. He gets it, but not able to get the second one.
Flip.
Yeah, it is. But smart play coming in from Ultra to try and get that away before they give him the full 60. Dead silence from Bance. Slowly but surely coming through. Actually waiting for that player to challenge. He knows Stanley's going to do it, but Stanley guns him anyway. And while Rokkr have the advantageous position for next, they're still fighting for this scrap time.
Yep, might as well fight over it. You're not going to lose any spawn from the position that you are in there now. If you're the side of Ultra, you're still going to start spawning over towards the Fortress side. That's a Vaznev, everybody. Klinik's getting it done. Insight will find a gunfight as well, so a lot of pressure coming in from the Rokkr, who do have the beneficial spawns. Klinik's pushing through, has some support from Scrap, and that is just a complete collapse from the side of Rokkr. Ultra just funnel through the front door, break it wide open, and there's 40 seconds to play for here. Over towards Gallops.
There certainly is. Well, Ultra will be holding this one against the pressure. Let's find out how they are coping with Toronto Ultra. Listen in.
Two behind stage. Two behind stage. Lane behind stage.
One guy's getting out low green. Getting out low green.
I'm trying right back.
Low green, one shot. Behind the stage. Behind the stage. Hitting front. Spawn here. There's two front. Hitting front.
I'd already be here, Jimmy. Behind me gate. I'm one shot.
I'm bottom gate.
Try, bro. Stun gate.
I'll kill gate.
Doing deep, I think. Gate still.
Gate dead.
Yeah, he's hit me top green on the back. He's jumped off of the box now. Close left, one's new. Yeah, close left to me.
Box new. Big back, lane close. Yeah, one shot. Deep pack, one shot. He's on time.
Oh, stay alive.
There's two. On top.
Back. One more. How many gate? Weak on me.
Gate.
Back. Weak. Nice.
Front. Not weak. He's going top green steps.
They're gonna spawn low pillars. They're getting green.
He's laying down green steps.
They're gonna spawn behind.
Yo, front of me. There's two front.
Yeah, two green steps.
Two front. I'm on front.
Stay. I already fucking hit it. Already close right. He left.
Close right. After on time.
Oh, good. Wait up. Yeah, one could be low.
Top green.
Alright, low green. Chain these next few hills, okay?
Left side hill.
On the back green heady.
Oh, good. One might be up P1.
Ring. No, nothing up P1.
Okay.
Lane on close, weak, attach.
We're good.
Just trap
him in. Make sure we also go back, okay?
One guy's top green. I need top green.
Okay, one's gate. He's still gate.
Looking left.
Looking right now.
Gate, dead. Left side now, left one shot. That's absolutely stable. Left, dead. Could be top green on me.
I'm backing up.
Full 6, you were backing up.
I'm backing up as well, okay? Yep.
Just get shut up. I'll get you. I got you. Yo, go pillars. Pillars. Nice. You have time. I'm going top.
I'm done.
Well, Ultra trying to remain calm after losing a lot of time there. They have got their game plan ready. Don't let them out. Set up for 60. Get back into this game. Huge plays off that last hill for Rokkr.
Fantastic. Well done. I think Bance is really the catalyst for them there. Helps them rotate over towards P2 where they get a good chunk of time, flips the spawns, and then over towards P3 in the statue, staying alive towards the stairs. Some third gunfight win for Standy. As Ultra, as you said, the composure is very much there. They need to lock in a full 60 here to get themselves back into this game. That is a good solid 20-30 points on the board. Still around 50 behind. Attached does so well to win that gunfight against Standy, and these trades are going Rokkr's way. Ultra not out of this by any stretch of the imagination. But it's a 50-point lead and a growing one for Minnesota Rokkr.
Here's an insight, just trying to do everything he can to be a problem for them. That next hard point is going to pop, and it is possible to come straight back in this game for Ultra. They have the setup they're looking for as well. Baz goes straight over, and Stanley just says, thank you very much for the easiest kill I'm going to get. They're looking for a carrying tactic too, though. Stanley's now coming under pressure. He knows players are going to be coming across him any second now, and they do, but it doesn't matter. He's
Big wins.
To it.
Big wins.
And this is a lot of time for them.
It's a P1 spawn. Do they know about it? I think they will start to figure it out. And yeah, okay, it's going to be down to Kleenex here. I hope he's got an M4 in that situation. He gets taken down straight away. Afro with the knife kill onto Insight. And all of a sudden, it's fallen apart again. There's been a couple of occasions that Ultra have had the rotation. They've had the setup where Rokkr are breaking it just far too easily at the moment.
Yeah, and look at this. They're already to try and get this next set of couple of rotations. Ultra don't really want to give them this scrap time, but they're also looking for their own positioning. Afro gets taken down as well. And here's the kind of the highlights for Ultra. They can chain this. They can get back into this game. It is not over.
I think we're going to see this quite a lot this year. It is never over until it truly is over. But Kleenex has got a big job to do towards the back end. Does find one. He is surely going to get traded. Afro now. If you're Rokkr, you're playing this perfectly because you're just thinking about spawns, heading over towards the next. But you need to stop the side of Ultra, trying to bring this one back. Rotations once again towards Gallows. Do you belong to the side of Ultra? And that is important for them. But Rokkr are the ones finding the time here. Bryce, they're 15 away.
They're looking for it. They're looking for the player up top. They know Inside's going to be here. He does go down. There's a fight onto the hill, and Attackt's going to win it as well. And they're so far away. They're just going to stack this point. Nades will raid in to try and make the difference. Ultra have to go. They cannot afford anything. And with 4 seconds left to go, it looks like Rokkr are locking them out of the hill. It's too far. Got the point. Oh, God. Oh, God. It works out, though, as Afro manages to get 2 attached.
Last night, there would have been one team going to bed believing and thinking about control, but I think Ultra are going to be the ones doing that tonight. That's going to be one they feel like that slipped through their fingers. And heading into a map 4 that you've got to win. Rokkr played superbly. Ultra, really, for me, a couple of rotations that they were winning. They were getting into good positions, but just not locking it down. We spoke about this just in theory that if players are rotating, if they're winning the rotation